Okay, long time no hear from. um, I just got back from the printers. I'm very, very fortunate that we have a really nice local business that is just like 6 blocks away. I do have to walk uphill, but I did get to walk through the park and I saw a lot of really cool birds. So that made me very happy. So the exercise is good for me. But I just wanted to show you some of the things that we're going to be working on. Now, I take these prints, I send these prints digitally to the printer. So all I do, I mean, I could if I wanted to go and drop something off, but um, it's when sending PDFs is going to be just fine. I put these together, the print order I put together in a Canva file, and then made the printable PDFs or the print specific PDFs, because there are a couple of different kinds that you can have. These were built in my computer using GIMP, which given I told you in some previous posts that I was throwing myself into something where I could learn something and do something positive. After the results of the you know what I'm talking about. I just don't want to talk about it right now. I'm not quite ready. So these are the things that I was working on. Now, all that I did, because we've looked at this furniture before. I've made some of this furniture before, and in fact, this is the chair, and I love the design of this chair. There's something about it that's kind of sweet and blocky, and I really enjoyed putting it together. And I think that this one is probably the one we'll start out with. This is a French illustrator who was designing for a kids magazine. The most I've been able to find out about him is his last name is Poul or F. I'm not sure. He could be French Belgian or French. French. Does that make sense? But I've kind of hit a dead end. I'm probably, knowing me, going to go ahead and go back to the National Library of France and see if I can find someone to talk to about it, because I've been climbing around in their archives too. Anyway, I think we're going to start out with some of these kind of Art Deco feel for the chairs. And you can see here, these things, I put some things in here because I wanted to get more pieces, don't waste space. So you can see here, I've put different prints where this stuff should be. And basically this just involved me pulling the file in through GIMP, and going through with certain tools and getting rid of the backgrounds that I didn't want, and basically creating something that I could lay over top of a photo. Because you can see here, this is a continuous photo. Well, photo illustration. So I think we're going to start out with this one. These are the ones that I just fell in love with. The color, and kind of the flowery, organic-y kind of, but like they're alien flowers, which they're what they are jellyfish, illustrated in probably the 1880s, 1882, 1883, I think, if I go back and look at what's on there. I also used them for let me see if I have it in here. I don't think I have one right here available to me. The 40s style chair. I also did some different sizes because I wanted to see which are optimal sizes. And I also added in, because I was just very curious and I had some really great images, I wanted to add in some Victorian pieces as well. It was during like the 1880s, 1890s that printing this sort of thing in like a Sunday paper, especially in the United States, Sunday Boston Globe, would have things like this. And basically you just took the newsprint and glued it to a stiffer paper and then cut things out and put them together. So I have this Victorian settee that I would like to do that came with some chairs. These are some more of those little Art Deco chairs. I think these, again, are a good starter piece because the folding of them is really, pardon me, going to be quick and easy and simple. This one is one of the other chairs. This is the one that was the yellow chair. I fell in love with this tiger. I pulled this tiger off of a Japanese matchbook scan, and then this is wood from a Victorian like interior design book that I zhuzhed a bit. And I also started kind of messing around down here with filling in different colors. This is the back of the chair. I liked the juxtaposition of the tiger stripes going this way vertically, and then the wood paneling going the other way. We'll see what happens. I also took that chair and did some cutting and pasting and moved some things around to see if I could create like more of a couch kind of area, or at least like a love seat. So we'll be trying that out. You can see here, this is some more of that wood from a Victorian design magazine. This is like a burl. Here's another couch. This is the plain chair. I cut out a bunch of these because I wanted to experiment with using these. Where did I put that little lamp? There's something that I like about setting things up like this, and you can see there's a little flat space here, a little place where it can stand. I have some other plans for lamps and other things too, not just flat stuff. And again, I was trying to get as much on here as I could. Another chair. And you're probably asking yourself, why did you do doubles of things? Because I need to have an example to show you and then an example to do in the piece. This one I don't think was as successful. I wanted to see what would happen if I put something there, and I don't like it. I don't necessarily like this wood. I kind of think I would have liked it better if it were flipped. The darker brown was in the back. I'm still kind of going through and messing around with some of these wood pieces to see what I can come up with. I did like that I did this, which I think is going to be cool. This is the wood pattern, the burl, that I liked the most. I think that's really, really going to be pretty. And I have some different things that I want to add here. I'd really like to make these drawers that pull out, if I can. I made a tiger sofa, because, you know, one tiger's not enough. There were some other pieces from this artist, and I know everything that he has his hand on as an illustrator, it's written in this particular handwriting style. I've collected everything that I can find from him online. I found some more information kind of online at the Bibliothèque Nationale de France. I'm not pronouncing any of that. I have, there's one of my patrons is a librarian. I may be hitting her up for like pointers to where I should go, because librarians are important. I liked this one because this is basically just salon furniture for the salon. I'm also getting a little better at my being able to figure out French. Some other little pieces. I love this little buffet. And making sure that there's a number of chairs, because there's never enough chairs. Okay, here's the front and the back. I had to do a bunch of, not a bunch, but I had to go back in and do some repair work in here, because this was a good 1/4 of an inch off. So I fixed things because the registration got messed up in the piece that was scanned. So I fixed them both. I think this one will be a pretty good one. I'm going to have to figure out how to navigate this. And I think for these pieces, these tabs are a little too short. So I think I'm going to have to make them a little bit bigger. I also would love to do these in some different colors, but I need to figure out, this is something I got to learn the tool a little bit better for. There's 2 other pieces in here that, because I'm concentrating right now on like living room / parlor kind of stuff. There were a couple of pieces that I wanted to do. These are for bedrooms, for futures. And that's another one. I printed it smaller because I wanted to see how these designs would work smaller. So I did a smaller one. I did a couple of the tables in the burl, which I thought looked better. There's some plans that I have for these that I would like to do. Also for these. These chairs, I I figured out that one of the things that was the problem when you glue these two back to back, if you're a little kid, you're not going to mind that these two don't match because you're not cutting out these inside pieces. Well, I'm cutting out these inside pieces and I want them to match. So the quickest way to make them match is to not put anything here. So that, I'm hoping, is a solved problem. I have all kinds of plans that I want to do for this refrigerator and stove. I want both of these to open, but I need to have more plans. So you can see I'm doing, this is another bedroom piece. I'm trying to track down, this was in the McCall's Magazine 1926. And this is by Nandor Honti, who was an illustrator and a fashion magazine illustrator for magazines in the 20s. And it was 3 parts. I've got 2 of them. I printed this one because I'm just enraptured with this piece right here. And you can see here what they're supposed to look like. There's a little chair, a little table, and I kind of want to just make these as is, and see what happens, because I just love the idea of the little needlepoint pieces being here, and the little details here and here, which I think I could kind of zhuzh with some paint. I'm also thinking about kitchen. This is okay. This is the Florence gas stove. This was put out by a company that made these kinds of gas stoves in the 30s. It was a promotion. There are not a lot of them out there. I managed to find a couple of copies in which I could get something halfway decent. This is not a fabulous copy. This right here is a much better copy. The sink is really hard to find. I found one, and I've got some little instructions here. I'm going to see what I can do with this because I really, really, really like this a lot. And that comes with this and this and this and this. I'm kind of do as is here, but then anything that I put out for my patrons is going to be cleaned up and be nice and neat and tidy and easier to follow. Now, there's some other things in here. I fell upon an account, a Flickr account, that had a lot of downloadable images from Victorian and late Victorian, early 20th century books on patterns and designs. I was gravitating a lot towards the Persian designs. So things like this could easily be a tabletop. This could easily be a rug. These sorts of things, they take a little bit of finessing, but you can put them together and create a frieze out of them, or create something. And when you're working in miniature, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Like this one right here, that's a perfect little rug piece. Some of these others, you can see where the pattern is, and you can see there should be these. If I take another one and I flip it and put it on top, I can zhuzh it so that these two will match. And that could be all kinds of different things. I adore this one. I adore this one so much. I love the colors in it. And this one I would really like to turn into a larger area rug. This one is a little bit more complicated because of these pieces in here. This one I fell in love with as well. I mean, look at that. That's just, and the printout is just spectacular. Isn't that beautiful? With all of the flowers and the curlicues. Yeah, I really love the oh yeah, this is just for me. This was, believe it or not, another matchbook cover. It's Japanese. It was switched. The hand was up here and it said Lucky Hand. I went in and did a lot of cutting, clipping, moving things around, and it turned out pretty good. I think I'm gonna just put this one up on my wall because I think it's really cool. I love, the thing that attracted me to it was the fact that the fingerprints were all in here, which I thought was very interesting. I have loop fingerprints with the exception of one, which is an arc fingerprint, which is It's this one. This is my only arc. It just goes up and comes right back down. The rest of them are all loops. Now, to the piece de la resistance. I found good copies of these pieces. These are Dutch. I thought they were Swedish. I thought they were Dutch. Then I thought they were Swedish. Then I thought they were Norwegian. And I went through and I dug around. And yeah, anywho, I found much, much better copies than I got before. And these I loved because of the wood furniture in here. And like this page, you get 2 chairs and a table. And again, I did 2 of them so I could show you. This one is a little couch kind of settee sort of thing. And again, I love the wood portions. This table I absolutely adore. So I want to get this right. One of the things I really liked about these pieces is this is an underpiece. This, I mean, it has a top and a bottom. So these are pieces that I kind of just want to make as is, if that makes any sense. So I got 2 of those. I love these pieces too. This one's a grandfather clock and a mirror that goes in your hallway. And then there's a bureau, but I wanted to see if I could make it a little smaller. I love this bureau. So I'm going to do this one, and I'll probably make the small one first. This one I just found. It's the same artist, and I found out his name is Harry. That's as much as I've got on that. But I'm trying to track him down. These come out of a magazine that is the, Illustreerd Family Journal, and it's from the Netherlands. I believe it was up until the 90s it was in publication. So what I'd love to find here is if they have any morgues, so I could go and paste through them and find more things like this. And then there's a piano. I am not much of a piano player, but I really wanted to see what this piano looked like. And I know that we have there's some musicians in my patronage, so I thought making a piano would be really nice. Plus, even if you don't have a dollhouse, there's a part of me that's like, some of this furniture I think would make absolutely adorable Christmas ornaments. Like, you put them together and you add a little string to it, and then you can hang it on your tree. So you know who I'm talking to when it comes to pianos. But these are the really good scans that I'm going to have you guys are going to get. And for things like this one, which is going to need some major cleaning up, because you can kind of see how newspaper yellows. I've got to go in and repair a bunch of stuff in here. The print is offset a little bit. I'd like to clean this up. There's some blue showing through here. Stuff like this, when I say I'd clean it up, this means I'm going to go through, I'm going to make any like repairs to anything where there's maybe something missing, something torn. Get rid of all of the little bits and pieces that you really don't want to look at. And maybe come in here and widen out some tabs if I can. If I can't, then we're just going to have to work with it. Or maybe cut some of them apart and put them in a new format, like if we go back to some of the things in the earlier, like these parts, where these are just so microscopically tiny. I might change how those appear and make these larger, and then put them in a new print box, or a new print box, a new design, so they're easier to get at and cut out, etc. You know what I'm talking about. So this is what is on my desk right now, and I cannot wait to get started. I'm trying to calm myself down and figure out what I would like to make first, because I need to make some examples. And I think I'm just going to start out with that first chair that we talked about. I think I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to be working with this. Now, I'm also going to be working with some of the painted paper that I've made. I have a lot of scraps and things. I want to make sure that things are colored on the inside. There's a part of me that when I see these used in other folks' work, the part that removes me from believing that it's really a little piece of furniture is when the furniture is sitting, but then I see the glaring bright white underneath it. And that just totally pulls me out of the fantasy. I also kind of want to experiment with the idea, especially with these that are nice and large and kind of have flat areas, of using fabric and making some little pillows and throws and things. And again, this could be a Christmas ornament if you wanted it to. I mean, come on. Anywho, that's what we're going to be doing, and that's what I'm going to be working on. And I cannot wait to get started on all this stuff for you guys. And I can show you how we'll be putting it together. So thank you for being my patrons. This is a super long video. I hope all of you are doing well, given the current state of, the thing that happened. And yeah, let's concentrate on something fun and something that will improve your life. You're right now, and you're here and you're now. So thank you, patrons, and I will see you in the next video.